Well, hello there, my fellow Jeffs. For the very first time, Paraguay has now got official Street View. We'll be looking at all the official Street View that's come out, making our judgments on how potentially we could identify Paraguay, how to separate it from its neighbouring countries, and maybe how we can region guess it too. The first thing I would mention is Paraguay will pretty much always have the Google card visible like this. It could be different colour, as you can see here. This was submitted on the Virtual Streets Discord. You can also see we've got the license plate that you get in Brazil, Argentina. The second thing is we have Brazilian like poles, so you can see the ladder pole segments. And I wonder if the license plates that aren't this colour are different to the ones in Brazil. I have not looked at Paraguay license plates. We can really see that it feels like Brazil. Buildings, the architecture, the infrastructure, the poles. You don't really get this pickup car anywhere else in South America. The only pickup car elsewhere you really get is Ecuador in South America. Paraguay will have different road markers to Brazil. So Paraguay will have the red, the white, and the blue. It looks like the Dutch flag, but it's the Paraguay colours. In Brazil, you don't really get metal rod attachments. So if you see this, I would automatically consider Paraguay over Brazil immediately. And Paraguay, you see it all the time. You can get paint on the poles in Paraguay. So here you got like yellow paint. And to me, this paint looks very similar to the black paint you get in Paraná, but instead of black, it is yellow. As you can see here, we've got macaw palms. These are like usually what you would send Mato Grosso do Sul on, especially when you see them spammed like this. We've also got alternating insulators like you get in Latvia. I feel like I've seen similar poles like this in Argentina, but minus a ladder pole. And I feel like that's quite a unique characteristic here. Like the vegetation feels very different. So I wonder like if the West is more region guessable using like the different shrubs and the lack of like maybe macaw palms, for example. Another thing to mention is you can also get this antenna sticking out in the middle of the car. We can also have this coverage. And I feel like on NPZ, if you get this type of round, I feel like you'll be sending Chaco Formosa. But if we actually go to the location, it is like so far away, you might as well like go towards Bolivia. Like I didn't realize Paraguay could get this hilly and have like these unique hill formations, but I guess it kind of makes sense if you consider like Mato Grosso do Sul has like decent sized ridges and decent sized like hills in certain parts of Mato Grosso do Sul, but it also does seem to have hills further down south too. Let's jump into our very first game of Paraguay on No Move and see how we do. Okay, so this pavement reminds me of like near Misiones, so maybe like near Ciudad del Este could be decent here, but we do see the Brazil poles that you would associate with Paraguay. The pavement does remind me of Misiones, so maybe that's a good clue. We also get these lamps in Paraná too. It was near the border of Misiones stroke Paraná. Okay, I've got some macaw palms, so I wouldn't go too west here. I feel like this wouldn't really have much macaw. I feel like macaw would be more like kind of this proximity. Other than that, I'm not too sure I would send. It's not too hilly, it's kind of gradual rolling. I got some sugarcane. Maybe I would just send something kind of central that's kind of not out of the way. And not a bad guess. I mean, so far we're doing all right. I mean, 2 decent rounds. Interesting horizontal insulator. I don't really feel like I see this horizontal like insulator much in Brazil unless it's in certain states, and Mato Grosso do Sul definitely does not have it. But the vegetation feels kind of almost Amazonian, so I would probably send somewhere around here maybe, but it could be anywhere honestly. This is a very weird location and this is usually quite flat, so maybe I try something a bit more central, and it was a bit more west. So far we are seeing how difficult it can be, and okay, we've got kind of rolling hills again. We've got macaw palms, we've got soybean. It'd be interesting to see if there is like a nice farmland distribution with the different crops in Paraguay. Maybe I would think more around here if we're going to trust the rolling vibes, because last time it was rolling, it was around here. Let's just try this. And this time it's near Misiones. And we can see here we have got the rods. That should confirm we're in Paraguay. We also have the yellow paint. That's very common in Paraguay. And yeah, we have also got some random stain on the vehicle. That could become a meta for all we know. But we got the macaw palm spam again. It is a decent high with this. So I feel like we need to find something that works. Maybe like around here. I don't know. Could be down south. And it's not far from the capital, actually, so the macaw palms is quite well distributed. I feel like we might as well go again and get some more locations, but here we've got the pavement again. So again, this should usually make you think around Misiones, but we have seen it in Paraná too. So the toss-up is deciding which of the two. It is kind of rolling. I feel like this is a bit more, usually a bit more flat. So maybe we go a bit more west. I'm a bit confused here. Maybe something like this could be decent. And it was right near the border. It doesn't really show the elevation very well on the map. I mean, maybe it's gridded, but rolling gridded like you get near the rivers in some states of the US. But here again, we should be probably somewhere fairly central, kind of hilly, but not too mountainous. So something like east of Assumption will be my prediction. We have got some like pines, I thought I saw. Yeah, maybe they're just eucalyptus, but we have got the same kind of vegetation as previous round. So let's just send somewhere rough in the middle. But this one I might just send near Assumption. I mean, it could be along the river around here too. So maybe we'll give that a go. I mean, this angle looks pretty good, so let's try that. And yep, very nice guess. We did get a road guess in this video. You'll love to see it. We got macaw palms once again. No rods on these poles, however. Yeah, again, it feels quite similar to a lot of the rounds we just had. So maybe I will send around here. And it was a bit more north this time, but again, kind of in the same proximity. They've got an area code 021, so it'd be interesting to see where the 021 will be. So maybe the 021 could be the Assumption area code, maybe Assumption's maybe 011, and then maybe this is 021. But for me, I thought this felt more west, so maybe we try Assumption and see if this area code matches it. And it does. So I reckon the area codes will be a meta. I have not looked into it yet, but I think that'll be quite useful. But that was a better game. We got 14k, so pretty solid performance. Rightio, let's give NMPZ a go. Let's see how we are going to do. So again, we're starting with the rod attached to the pole. We've got lots of soybean, kind of flat. Yeah, this could be a lot of places in the east side, I feel. It could be all the way down here. But to me personally, this kind of reminds me of more towards Mato Grosso do Sul. So maybe I'll try something a bit more north this time. And the region guess was pretty good. We will take that, Jeff. I am recording. Yes, I am. Very nice. But this one, normally we would send Formosa, but I think this is a very similar location we had up here. But the road angle's kind of going northeast. Can we find one in time that works? I mean, this kind of looks decent. And yep, nice. So far, NPZ is going pretty well. We're not really have the car, but here you can see Brazil pole. We got some pines to the side as well, and maybe some eucalyptus here too. Red soil, I'd probably still consider probably more towards Misiones with the pine maybe, but it is a bit weird. And it was near Assumption. Again, I don't think I would normally send that, but we have got a split highway here, very shrubby, so maybe this one's more west. It is going southeast. Maybe the 5 would be split. I have no idea. This one feels like it should be more west. And it is, okay, and it was the 9, okay. Doesn't really label it as a split road, so maybe the white bit, the white road is what makes it the split road, but maybe it's just temporary or just labeled white for some reason. This one kind of got the soil again. Yeah, this is a bit more tricky. I'd probably send something a bit more central-ish. And it was a bit more west towards Assumption. That was a pretty solid NMPZ. And also, if you want me to do more Paraguay content and want a tips video, feel free to smash the like button. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Jeff.